We're here for another midweek set of championship fixtures. At the weekend we got two scores correct. Coventry beating Millwall 2-1 and Leeds dismantling Rotherham 3-0. Blues haven't been in great form. I was hoping for 6 points this week from Sheffield Wednesday and Blackburn, two sides that are really struggling. However, we had the most shots of any team in the championship at the weekend, 25, but only managed 4 shots on target, couldn't score and ultimately lost 2-0 to the Owls. Now, Blackburn isn't looking any easier as they've just appointed John Eustace, who managed to get a win in his first game despite only really taking over for a day. So it's not looking great for Blues. We're only 1 point above the relegation zone now. I'm slightly concerned. I'm hoping we can get something though. Let's get into my predictions. And that's exactly where we start. Blues, it's their first game back at St Andrews for about a month. We haven't been here for a while and we're up against John Eustace's Blackburn. It would be a very, very Blues thing this season. New owners, so much going well off the field, investment, get relegated. I don't think it's going to happen still. I think we will start to pick up form, but I haven't been worried about relegation all season until after that Sheffield Wednesday match. 1 point above the bottom 3. The sides below us are in better form other than Rotherham. So I'm worried. Blackburn, John Eustace got a brilliant 3-1 win over Stoke, a much needed win, and that really lifts them up. They've got some good players, they just haven't been playing well. They're always full of goals and they're always a bit of a bogey team for us, I find. Sammy Smodics is still top scorer in the league. I'd expect him to score here. I think Blackburn will probably win, but I'm going to be optimistic, probably with a stupid prediction, and go for a 1-1 draw. Leicester take on Sheffield Wednesday next. Leicester are still on target for a record-breaking championship season. 3 wins on the bounce now. They're looking pretty likely to win the league, as they pretty much have looked very likely for the whole season. Sheffield Wednesday didn't do too much against Blues on Friday, to be honest, but 2 chances fell to Ike Ugbo and he scored both of them. Blues didn't take their chances, Sheffield Wednesday did, and the only stat that really matters in a game of football is the goal scoreline. So, goals scored 2 for Sheffield Wednesday, and that's what counts. In this one, I think Leicester quality will shine through. So I'll go the Foxes to win 3-1. Norwich face Watford next. Norwich are only 2 points off the playoffs. Watford is 6. Both of these sides have spent a few seasons in the Championship now after being Premier League sides, or for Norwich they were in and around the Premier League. Watford were pretty consistently in there. Who's going to get the better of this tie? It's difficult. I think Norwich are in the better form at the moment, but Watford are one that can throw out some very good results. I am going to back the form, Norwich especially being at home. I will go Norwich to win 2-1. Rotherham take on Hull next. Rotherham sitting rock bottom, 12 points from safety. To be honest, they're looking like they're going to be relegated pretty soon. They're not managing to pick up too many points. They've got 1 point in their last 4 games. It's not great for Rotherham. They did manage to survive a season, but I do think they will be down. Hull, their last 3 results have all been 1-0s. 2 wins against Sunderland and Millwall. Most recently, a loss against Swansea. Hull are in and around there, 2 points off the playoffs. Hull should be winning this, so I'm going to back them and go with the trend. A 1-0 win to Hull. Swansea face Leeds next. Swansea not been in great form under new boss Williams. The first 4 games they only had 1 point, but at the weekend they managed a 1-0 win over Hull. See if they can keep that going, but it's a tough ask because Leeds are on a great run. 6 league wins in a row, only conceded 1 goal in those 6. I'm not sure Swansea are the sort of side to breach the defence, so I'm going to go for Leeds to win 2-0. Bristol City take on Southampton next. Bristol City are a difficult side to read. They did get a good 2-1 win over Middlesbrough at the weekend. 6 points off the playoffs, so they're definitely still within touching distance if they can get some good form together. But they're up against the Southampton side that are on a brilliant unbeaten run, can't stop winning, and they were 2-0 down against Huddersfield at half time, but managed to win the game 5-3, a brilliant comeback, and they look unstoppable. They're holding on to second place, and to be honest, they're going at a bit of a better rate than Leicester at the moment, so maybe Southampton can catch them. It'll be a tough ask, and I think Southampton will get second quite comfortably. So I'm going to go Southampton to win 3-2. West Brom face Cardiff next. West Brom, 4 home wins in the league in a row, 3 of them being 1-0, 1 being a 4-1 over Blackburn. Very, very strong at the Hawthorns. Cardiff are a side that can pick up a random win here and there, but you never quite fancy them to get the job done. So I'm going to go for West Brom to win 2-0. Huddersfield face Sunderland next. And a spoiler alert, this is where my shock prediction lies. Now Huddersfield, they've shown in the last couple of games that they're capable of finding the back of the net. They put 4 past Sheffield Wednesday in a 4-0 win. They put 3 past Southampton despite losing 5-3 after kind of falling apart at the back. But they're finding the back of the net. And that's what matters. Sunderland have picked up 7 points in their last 3 matches. They're sitting outside the playoffs only on goal difference. However, I've got a sneaky feeling, and I hate to say it as a Blues fan, but that Huddersfield are going to get a win here. So I'm going to go for the Terriers to win 2-1. Maybe another shock prediction here. Plymouth against Coventry. Plymouth are very good at home in the league. They are on a good unbeaten run at the moment, and they're very, very tough to beat, even though you can score quite freely past them. It's like Marcelo Bielsa at Leeds. They're constantly trying to outscore you rather than keep you out, and it makes for quite entertaining games. But Plymouth are really punching above their weight this season. Morgan Whittaker is actually the 2nd top goal scorer in the league, which when I saw that earlier, I couldn't really believe it. They're in brilliant form. He is a very good player, and I've got a feeling that Plymouth can get something here. Coventry haven't been at their best recently, with a win, a draw and a loss in their last 3 matches. They lost to Norwich, drew with Bristol City, and came back to win against Millwall in their most recent one. I've got a feeling there'll be goals, so I'm going to go 2-2. Preston face Middlesbrough in this one, and a bit of a shock, Preston are only 2 points off the playoffs. Now, I can't believe it because they've got -9 goal difference, and I really didn't think they were that high up, but they're making a good go of it. They've only lost 1 of their last 5, winning 3 and drawing the other, so they're in pretty good form. Middlesbrough, not in the greatest of form, lost their last match 2-1 to Bristol City. They're not just very consistent at anything at the moment. They're very hit and miss, but I have got this one down as a draw, so I'm going to sit on the fence and go 1-1. Stoke face QPR next, and this is a big clash along with Blackburn v Blues. These are the 2 big clashes this weekend in the relegation battle. Now Stoke started decently under Schumacher, not winning too many, but they were unbeaten. However, since losing against Blues, they've went on and lost their last 4 matches. Those being against Blues and most recently against Blackburn. Those were 2 of the losses, and they're ones you can't afford to lose against sides that are around you in a relegation battle. So Stoke don't look like picking up points anytime soon and are conceding a lot of goals. QPR unbeaten in 4 with 2 wins and 2 draws. They beat Blackburn and drew with Norwich as their last 2, so they're in some good form, QPR. So I've actually got them to win. Again, Blues probably don't want this result. They'd probably prefer a draw between these 2, but I've got a feeling QPR will nick it 2-1. Millwall take on Ipswich as our last fixture, and Millwall in their last 5 games have lost 4, drawn 1, so not in good form at all. Ipswich, the reason they've started sliding down the table is because they've only won 1 of their last 9 championship games. Pretty poor considering how good their form was, but as long as they can keep up a decent run of form now, they're pretty much guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, which would be a brilliant season after just coming up from League One. For this one, I think I can see Ipswich getting back to winning ways. I haven't backed them recently and it's paid off, but change of fortunes, Ipswich to win 2-1. So those are my predictions for these championship fixtures. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully Blues aren't sliding down again. Hopefully they don't end up in the relegation zone by the end of this match week, because I think if everything went against us, we could be in the bottom 3. Hopefully we get something up the Blues.